emerging of champions. We have decided as a collective to bring the resolution to material fruition, to proclaim a free speech on a campus that is felt not only sensationally, but also microscopically, great in ecological space. The age of Trump, everyone must be thought of as a deployment of liberation. Every speech must be a direct action against fascism. An honor field to Atari, having passed away 24 long years ago, let the resistance begin. Control society no longer simply materially in figureheads and political institutions, and instead become decentralized in more language and psychic paragraph or project of language and semiotics has predetermined what representations are possible, make these normative mappings seem inevitable, creating the basis point for modern violence. As a result, language creating existence is repressed, rendered abject, enslaved to an ideal we never reached, and domination and self-hatred become unconsciously engraved in the very fabric of our existence. But 1986. Components of semiotic enslavement constitute the tools of the dominant class of the power leading to reduction of capitalism, and just direct language as it remains, and adaptable to links to this appears these unconscious the unconscious level of decades, and markers express these fundamental requirements which we conditions consider these be result of a system of power limited political expression, content, homogenious, plain content, advance of customer requests have the majority of consensus and personally needing for ambient security, go back to magnetize, become a social need demand, necessity and submission. There are expression resonates with the math size, significations of semiotic and machine enslavement, desire flows, or established reaction to uncontrollable codes, the installation of new kinds of divisions, the sex, the generation, the divisions of labor, and the relation of social segmentaries, and new use of science and icons, like the state of affairs, which is the most influential subconscious falls of control, social hierarchy, capital power, diversity, rethinking, the arbitrary forcefulness of their overcoding, or the guarantees of their efficiency, and their degrees of interiorization, and classroom education is increasingly situated in a model of communication that mandates a linear relationship and interior individual contemplates and transmit their private thoughts and language to a public sphere. These boundaries prevent the realization of singularity of expression as teaching becomes confined entirely to the confines of the textbook, teacher, and curriculum for 13. The communication model promotes the existence of an interior life and something of transmission of information between private and public sphere expression. It never matter representing the linear causal link between constant expression to effect by chance expression potential is linked to action. They break through the rules and structural language content. The singular active expression is not confined to language. Within these gaps, the break or breaks in the classroom assemblage reassembles itself from points of switch or migrate, recouple. The term private thinker, conscious interiority is these sort of thinkers that place thought in relation to the outside thought. Language comes to be materially coupled and vibrant assemblages where neither rules the other. Is through that the exteriority of thought is given life. Individual simple existence expression is intensity across the surface body, an expression of valuable singularity. Thus, the advocacy public colleges and universities in the United States ought not limit any constitutionally protected speech by disregarding the broadcasting of guerrilla radio stations. The current situation demarcated by the rise of Trump, Brexit, right-wing politics exposes the foundation of the post-media era. Material conditions have fallen to the wayside, giving way for the steady fast focus on affectivity instead. It's all about pissing off liberal snowflakes, regardless of the reality of the situation. This impasse has enabled control society to create a trap of traditional resistance by making acceptable that which is no longer useful. Marches, protests, socialism, and party politics are included in the system while violence, social upheaval, and interpersonal resistance is suppressed. Thus begins the usefulness of radio. Struggle begins with the expressions of revolutionary desires through means such as guerrilla radio stations, hacktivists, live streams, and the internet, allowing the subversion of institutions on their ideological level. Radio is distinct to its pragmatic advantages of being lightweight, mobile, cheap, and decentralized. The perfect resistance mechanism for college students. The nature of calls in, visitations, and discussion allows for the creator of dialogue, the breaks strict communicative divisions of producer and receiver, rather than demanding set political goals. Radio functions as a tool to create a social ecology that allows the creation of new ways of being. This project demands imperfection, contradictory discussions, refuses to perfect itself or fit into any governmental schema. Attention is moved from economics and politics to desire, attitudes, and relations to the world. Goddard 06. Radio also illustrates how the media is a key side struggle over the reduction of something to be polarized in the politics developed first in Italy. What behind this was the emergence of the new regime control, which previously existed resistance and trade unions of the Communist Party and tolerant by the fit of the regime. However, resistance still advocated by the rest would be eliminated with no pretense of the models of justice. Collective revolutionary radio outlets did not just question the space march, but rather of generating a collective sense of necessity to align with the connections and transformation between emergent substitute radio and not only technical advantage like their replacement technology, more importantly, used to be able to be used to create a feedback loop communication from producer to receiver, breaking down distinctions. It is left the question concerns the use of technical media form and the generation of post-media culture for unforeseen potential production so to be amplifying itself in technical means. On Alice series of political sessions are likely to be interrupted by contradictory interventions. The central micropolitics roof and the conservative pregnant either technical form radio or contents. Radio Alice is also an intervention language the media transformation from the police language to the university to direct language desire, living full speech, full contradiction. This is after bureaucrats tend to build the language desire and new means, and once you mobilize unpredictable political activities, cause repent for the social orders administrative belong at, it ranges concerned as much as economic technological choices, attitudes, relations, and the desire of Boston politicians professionally willing to seek gathering of mutations, desire that are already unleashed, capable of infecting the social fields as it expresses imminently, desires people resident even with the sources of order. The shift from fixed political solutions to the heated post-political politics and politics become unpredictable and impressive become potential that another was possible movement towards it. The role of the ballot is to vote for the best ecosophy or ecological philosophy. Being is not homogeneous, existing as a static category can uncover from your reflections, instead heterogeneous and multiplicity that must be created through action. Ecology is a project to create technical praxis that recognizes humanity situated in the ecology that situated our being. Ecology is not merely natural, they are both material and incorporeal and include the psyche, society, and environment as broad interconnected categories that give possibilities for charting new horizons of becoming. Johnson, Vittoria 11. There's no homogeneity but heterogeneity on multiple dimensions. Questions one position, technique, correspond to way of being sort of validation. One has a point of view that's different from what I'm proposing. There are many other machine phyla than technological phyla. The phyla technique, science, mathematics, are to be played. Also, there's a poetry, discourse, design machines. One has the heterogeneity machine human creation, which is antagonistic towards the deathly vision of ecology, of ecological environment, associated with the psyche. The crisis is bigger than the dengue. Methodological can you explain what interests me? Is ecology centered entirely around nations, sort of identifying visual thing, and of returns to the connection of material species is inseparable from the connection of incorporeal species, divided solidarity, fraternity, sociability, neighborhood. There are also species that are disappearing and must be protected. Instead of a reductionist vision of being that is already here, it is a matter of positioning the horizon of plural ontology, human practice, and gender heterogeneous universes for the nature. It is a large sense of human responsibility for these existential context that we are in for the future, for the science and aesthetic of forecasting the world will be. It is a matter of considering beings who come the deterritorialized dimensions of plurality, being responsibility is what I've tried to present as a philosophy. I'm for articulating environmental ecology, social ecologies, mental ecologies, urban ecologies, mass media ecologies, etc., where it is the very basis of the biosphere that is called into question. It seems fundamental that this gain of awareness be encompassing and not reduction.
Okay, cool. Ready for process? Okay, cool. What constitutes an ecology? Is it like as a term we normally understand it, or does it mean different like social spheres?
I don't know what you normally understand ecology is.
Okay, so I understand ecology as like the environment.
No. So yes, environment, but not just green shit. So in the context of the AF, ecologies can constitute both all the mechanisms of abstract and material thinking. So it includes things like your psyche, things like your socially productive gender norms, things like the actual environment and green shit. And all of those things are interesting.
And what's not in ecology? Like what's the boundary of what an ecology?
Right. Our argument is that everything is an ecology.
Okay, that's
We're all situated within larger ecologies and interactions between those ecologies.
Okay, so then what does the AF do to better have the best eco-philosophy?
Right, so our argument is that radio taps the ecological framing of the world in such a way that allows us to break down the markers that make that ecological framing useless in the status quo. So our argument is that the status quo has staticized the way we can understand representations, our knowledge, and our production of meaning. And the way we can break those down is through showing the ecological facets of our existence.
So which revolutionaries are like, have their handheld radios and are like, let's make some change? Like, who's listening to these radio stations?
Anyone.
Anyone?
Yeah.
I know, but who is in the status quo? Like, is anyone listening to
Well, you just listen to one.
Okay, that's fine. Let's talk about this linear classroom model. What do you do to disrupt it?
Right, so our argument is that communication is based upon the student listening to a teacher. We think that the movement of radios into the space of the classroom allows us to disrupt that linear relationship by making it not geographically centered and making it break down the bonds.
How does it change it for that?
Right, so the model of a classroom teacher requires a one-to-one and oftentimes face-to-face relationship. Radios are disembodied in the sense that they no longer embody a particular geographical location. Furthermore, the Goddard evidence specifically indicates it's a question of being able to call into a radio station and having schizophrenic, as our evidence calls, dialogue, what allows us to fragment the understanding of language and the understanding of like relationships via communication in such a way that is not linear anymore. Okay,
that's fine. What constitutes minoritarian violence?
In the context of this app, the piece of Vittori evidence indicates that it is those who are subject to particular semiotic arrangements that are
let's
putting
break
those
that down.
by
What
those
does that mean? What are semiotic arrangements?
So semiotic arrangements are those that are constructed based on socially constructed signifiers, i.e. symbols, meanings,
so
that are imposed as absolute. Right, so calling someone a racial slur. You impose a particular normativity on their body as something that's absolute. Our argument is that those things are only socially constructed, and understanding those things is absolutely bad. Same thing goes for gender. When you assign someone a particular gender normativity, like you must be male, that obviously imposes that this must be the case, when in reality it's a socially constructed thing that can be broken down. Our argument is that the AF breaks those things down and enables a production of a more fluid understanding of semiotics.
Okay, that's fine. Does the radio station playing do anything as offense for the affirmative?
Our argument is that we are a radio station, and so there's two prongs to the AF. Defend embodiment, we also defend methodology.
Absolutely no.
Actually, I'll just send that.
Start prep. 333 left. I'll send that.
How many off?
One thing I'll tell you.
Is it more than 4 offs?
No. It's sent.
No.
It's not worth
How many off is it?
it. It'll be one off case.
Sorry, wait 1 second for your word. Alright, I'm ready for an order.
Alright, so the order will be one off, possibly second off, probably not. We may make it to it. And then case, and then another off.
Alright.
And it'll just be the case starting top down.
So potentially 3 off.
Potentially 3 off, probably 2 off.
Can you just press the start button?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I felt like I forgot to do something.
Is it all in the document or can you read it?
Yep. I'll leave it in.
Alright.
Good? Cool. A is interpretation. The firm must specify comprehensive role of the to clarify the realm under the role of the form of section, the one is on the wiki to clarify this. Apps to clarify how the determine the legitimate apps is, how often subscribe to the role of whether or not applicability is clear to apps. Two, every point of the role must be warranted to stand for extent or normal applicability. What area of the must be warranted, which assumption we should have and which should be. And three, clarify what types of theoretical
Clear.
Three, clarify what types of theoretical objections do and do not link to the affirmative, whether or not outcomes for theory. Or describe how to weigh, compare, like between competing apps with the role of solely determined on the floor, another method of engagement like performative stuff. Or 5, specify whether or not they differ in the implementation of their affirmative standards. First engagement, I know how to the role about functions. It's impossible for me to engage in the affirmative since I know what concepts often is a prerequisite for me to make meaningful arguments to class. There's no legitimate apps ensures that I read something that's relevant to your method, kind of way, makes an explicit and avoid relevant, preventing superficial classroom make factors, to the role of no communal law for performing engagement. This one is an account of useful office, especially for this role because I have no idea how it operates. It's a very unique role about which means that I can have some sort of predetermined way of knowing how to engage with this specific as well as education. When two ships pass and never don't learn anything, I should direct my analyze and look reach for the requisite this argument specifically genuine. The district of education also is all education on because I can engage and teach has all education was done before he came to the debate round, which means that none of it is unique to the debate result of it. It's no engagement determining the arguments. It comes to impossible to just can resolve the result becomes because of theory in general and the substance is resolving the right to gateway issue to everything else. You see the straight role because it your imagine actually having debate engaging with your argument basis the question or the one way should just give us any benefits is in form of running possible the argument of case running and home and having defined parameters and guidelines for the role but is the theory prerequisite debate itself. You have to have these sort of that's why you have speech time and stuff like that, which means you agree to certain parameters, you go within those parameters, you get out two strategies to make it moving strategies possible because I don't know the links to your development design trip means that you know what I don't know the legitimate negative axial those you can make a business one by just link to the robot also by specking away you know what those relevant arguments are so you can arbitrarily conclude them and next people subject engagement because I don't know how to really engage with position for the warranty every plan is good because the explanation of opposite or taken with this crucial much and finally know how the outcomes is regards to different double or strategic for example you go all in fifth and say theory first row I invest all in theory you say the outcomes support which makes it impossible for you to win framing the same thing happens with implementation I refer to implementation and you say that you don't actually defend implementation is a part of your advocacy not actually defending implementation you I'd be screwed in the one I see because you look at around let me transframing. You can use the role next to the Marshall allows you to read your role about the function history, how you can do that additionally as compared to often my interpret concludes methodological my methods of your role about with specification yours is just your role about so the formers there is a vote for me with the methods in general purpose they also for the given proofs of use my shell you should specify that in the one you see as well for you should not be able to cross any of the substantive arguments to take out there because I don't know how they function I was not able to interact with them the right way which means that none of the warrants that can be applied to take out theoretical arguments because that proves the abuse on the show. Fairness is what to do is competitive competition generally are rules so you can't know who debated better for not just using fairness gateway issue to all these arguments also there's arbitrary non-educated there's no reason why you can go to educational arguments and you're a teacher he's just someone judging discussion around us. Let me just stress my ability to which means that worse for discussion, drop the record, insurance, abuse, rights, only moves that will run, be logic, you can evaluate anything else if your parents, logic, dollar, CUC time, spend lots of time serving, except the supermarket, parents, something, overuse, computer, reasonable, there's no bright line, unity, shall be, investor, thresholds, unreasonable, abuse differs, and, perfect openness is possible, so perfect openness is possible, so limits are good. Look to before they came from Crow. The idea that should exist a state of communication that allows games to circulate freely without any constraints, since utopian power relations are not bad in themselves. I do not think that society can exist without power relations. The problem is not to dissolve the utopia, completely transparent communication, but to acquire the rules of law and to allow us to play the games of power with the domination of power, which allows us to have best access to his engagement office, because it ensures that we have the best successive parameters in order to increase that eco-possible discussion that he wants. Now let's look at the case. Again, cross by the argument that he can't use any of this to take out none of the words that are only applied to substance, so I don't know how they interact with the particular theories or brand neutral in response to any of these cross specifically in the classroom. The weak theories, the best form of class education, the brain allows the students to define the rules of the game and allows them to determine who's doing the best job, which means that the teacher or the classroom person has to decide based on the rules of the student, which means we define the place for the academic student, which means theory is the best form to engage with this, which means that brain ruptures anything with his form still allows you to vote for the ballot, say that, I still vote for it because Grant said something, so I still control it, but theory says that I impose this rule in the debate and I'm creating this rule, so that's why you can vote for it, which means theory ruptures is better than Grant's stuff does. Next off. A's interpretation, the one he's seeing only via the action managed by the resident views of election Jesus by disregarding the guerrilla things, this is extra-topical action, because he's not the preferring the limit or restriction, but saying by the disregarding which is extra-topical action, this is not a form of restriction on free speech, this is stands for limits, extra-topical action, defense, even per possible for action, which is really any possible issue, excluding limits, influence, particularly, because I prevent them, for example, I don't even know what the limits of exactly, he says possible, like things like hackers, which his actions may extend even possible, because it explodes, which makes it possible engagement, possible engagement, often disclose fairness to the ground, extra allows me to garner extra solvency to the extra components that allows them to solve better potential make arguments. That is free to education, extra to universal the focus of the religion is not about free speech, rather he's talking about something completely different. Also, the top version of the farmer solves everything. You could just put a limit by removing limits on radio stations that would solve the entire website. By disregarding radio stations, a completely different action, because that means public colleges can't listen to them, but this top version will allow me to engage with the corporate literature that would allow them to say, like, for example, if public colleges wouldn't restrict it but still listen to them, which allows a better semiotics debate and a better engagement under his affirmative. Let's go for turns now. Free speech is an illusion propagated by corporates. Their model of rights systems and equal playing field analogous to free market economics and capitalism. Opens of free speech and prevention, the idea that speech is a commodity, which strengthens the Olympic was quoted in the Academy Brown. Democracy is taken with the deregulated speech. Democracy is considered as a marketplace, which is good. Origin by speech consists of markets are good by capital, economic position, political, others good economics, political process, economic ones, the market speech is shared in capital, afterwards shared. It reaches calculated investment in the existence solely for advances of various nature speech. It's like capital for literature, for various circumvent lawsuit, versus the consumers of speech, the government interference is immense. Government distorts by banning speech, the speech is capital, where politically favored, when corporations are not going to restrict it, the speech they can find the marketplace, assess whether the power speech government says zero-sum game opposite the version of the government and speech of the government capital, and this translates to modification of speech that reflects the capital solution for this speech is meaningless, kills values, because they have no impact. Also, with all the arguments he co-opted Smith. Undercomes of human abuse of commodity for society and industry, people can have the scope of people say to substitute entities valuable merely the ability to command resources of freedom and different solution of being dangerous but difficult to resist the appearance of freedom in the capital is not a transfer to reason that democracy can love and redress the first value such constantly social narratives that no longer accommodate principles and uncased. He's not using equal philosophy either because he still adheres to certain rules and limits on how people can operate, for example, using architecture, for example, only talking about guerrilla radio station, which means that this whole he won't solve because no one listens to the radio station, the revolutions are not going to be able to get in actually access the stuff that he thinks. Okay. I didn't read the pig, and I didn't read the Galloway part.
Alright.
Yep.
What is the topical version of the affirmative on extra T?
Topical version is that you only defend a limit on policing free speech on radio stations.
How do you have not do that?
You say by disregarding radio stations, those are completely different.
How is that completely different? You say that. I'd like a warrant for that.
Yeah, so by disregarding doesn't necessarily mean they remove.
Doesn't necessarily, but could it? I mean, you're getting a little vague here.
Right, so the ground that we say that we lost specifically is that, for example, by disregarding, you're actually making them not listen to the radio stations at all. I would argue that you should remove a limit on them being able to limit radio stations, but they should still be able to listen to it, and they should see what that allows for key.
Wait. So does disregarding mean they don't listen to the radio stations?
I would assume so, yeah.
That's not what that means, man. Disregarding means they don't take action against them.
I would say disregarding means not looking to it, not listening to it.
Okay. Theory. How does any standard text resolve your impacts? Your impacts just seem to be like, framework debate is really hard because people have qualitative warrants that they can explain when I don't understand them.
So what's your question?
My question is, how does your interp resolve your offense?
It provides multiple avenues that increase engagement and multiple avenues that would make it easier for me to engage with, understand how the app works, and debate.
All right, so second question. You had enough time to ask me where the app was, or what the app was, and prepare a bunch of different strategies. Why couldn't you have asked what kind of offense to apply with the roll about at the threat of reading theory?
Okay, one, this is on my wiki, so it's your obligation on theoretical terms. Two, I had like 10 minutes before the run by the time I got here. I don't think that's enough to have a discussion with you. Also, you replied late to the Facebook message, where I wouldn't have enough time to ask you. There's a lot of things. This text on the AC or on your wiki would be a lot more informative because it would clearly delineate everything I want and clearly ensure that I engage in this debate.
Okay. Your arguments on the app are just that free speech is a capitalist illusion. On the critique, you indicate that the idea. Never mind. Free speech is an economic free market. It's being turned by the academy. What is the warrant for piece of Brown evidence?
The Brown evidence?
Yeah.
So what we talked about is that when you deregulate speech, what you allow it to do is become a commodity. It allows it to become free, right? So even though they can no longer...
Yes, that's what free speech does. It makes things free. My question is, what does that make it co-optable?
Yes, that allows it to engage in the same capital attributes as other forms of markets.
Why?
Right?
I'd like something more than an assertion.
Okay, because everything is a market in the world of capitalism. It's by deregulating it and getting rid of government control of it, and now it becomes a free market just like anything else. And what that allows us
So
to do
anything that is free is subject to a capitalist free market. So me like running around in my backyard because I'm free running. I'm a capitalist machine.
I don't know, you might need to buy a Fitbit to measure your running and stuff like that.
That makes tons of sense. Okay. Starting correct.
I'm going to just get some mark over.
Order is going to be the case, some like framing issues on theory, which I've floated you off.
Sorry, one second.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah, I'm setting it up. So case, a new page for some of the generic theory stuff, extra T, and then the spec theory.
Okay, sure.
It's the same document, but it should just all be at the bottom. And then on the case, it's going to start with the roll of the ballot, and then yeah. Great. Good, bro. Extend up to the retarded level and roll the balance of both of us. Cost being these heterogeneous rather than being static. Some activities can be reduced or different techniques of living. These techniques synthesize material, theoretical, including religion, radio, mathematics, and aesthetics. And this must be understood the complex relationship between these ecology, the environment, society, and psyche that's completely conceded. There are no answer to the internal order of this language. You should view this phase of the question being able to reduce different forms of subjectivity, especially techniques that exist within the interims of society and otherwise, which means excluding the theoretical arguments that are only predicated on a very particular notion of subjectivity. Now we are only arguing theory on the rule of things that when we control rules, our evidence is not making the rules are bad. It's just in case we have to have a particular disposition towards those rules to break them down if they're bad. Now, at the top of the debate, extend our rural radio argument, voting affirmative, embracing rural radio stations, the method of free expression of college campuses, corruption, control society through expression of radical desire, unconsented to the founder of 6, and 2 is the affirmative function, the influence embodying our broadcast in the University of Kentucky, presents an action of our method of disrupting the space of radio, Lynbrook methodology, the rural radio station presents a productive method of combat violence in a post-media era, 90 the impact which parties 96 in case that the mechanism of control of no longer material aid moves managing lens representations mandates resistance through open expression of two impacts, 8 points of social determination, the opposing of social constructive signifiers, excludes even expressions of subjectivity that speaks for dirty violence, either simulates or terminates all lines of difference of self-hatred, subjectivity is held to an ideal sphere, causes psychic violence by attempting to reach through ideal constructive death down the line, like their arguments, they say that we can't win anything once that debate, you say the free speech and economic freedom, group of Brown Smith, that tomorrow after moving toward the capacity allows it to resist destruction of organization through constantly dispersing radio is constantly moving and allows us to have a different breakdown of the linear subsets that are constantly trying to make everything static, which means that we have an opaque understanding which is not easily caused by capitalism. Second, that it's not analysis, and logic concludes that any form of freedom is capitalist and justifies stalling totalitarianism because the only way to actually truly stop a capitalist is to have some kind of top-down government force to enforce communism. Third, is that continued use of free speech are good. They don't have to strong enough internal links to overcome the facts of the affirmative. Their arguments are only in general. They don't use specificity radio now. They think that there's the best for the classification. You will trick yourself to the point you violate my ability to create my rules in the first place. You say that creating rules is good, but you have imposed a particular rule on me, which means there's no way to resolve this issue, which means that you should evaluate. Next up, like the next sheet. The active swing against the MT, 8-point strategy, 2-force 1-year restart that moves the entirety of the affirmative structure affairs to negative 1-year times 2, and negatively routine, non-conditional absence, that with executional hardcore classification, big point is depth, first database, worse methodological debates that incentivize the interdisciplinary research, more in discussion as portable skills, which outweigh the best in this debate. Right now, there's a semiotics extent to both their interpretations, their main clear representational schemas, and the basis of modern violence expression is forced to go here to arbitrary semantic standards that are imposed and internalized as organized society, repressive creative desires, enable tactics of division, use, and act warfare, into hierarchies, they still need something to now, the counter-interpretations that debate defend resistance, implementation of free speech, or the real radio stations, images disclosed, and effects speech is good, so both of their interpretations dissolve are often the 8 point, is the absence of the 6 point topics, and free speech is bad, analyze that with the universal change, their limits are to put them background, sex, the top generic theory, hate speech, speech mix, and all expertise, and kind of always say a ton of wiki that really would apply to this after we're really cool to debate. There's also negative for critical education, our models synthesize topical discussion, the interdisciplinary research to make our scholarship more useful, robust, and more gives formal skills that outweighs the leave around. They say that education is important on one of the shelves, and they also say that education is a vote of the other shelves, which you should be very skeptical of whether or not they need to completely get rid of the education argument that we go for. Now, let's go to the next sheet. We need their interpretation of the top over to the affirmative is literally the app. Remove limits on radio stations by mandating colleges. Don't do anything to stop them. There's no difference in terms of the TDA. It's extremely unclear in the 1NC. You should hold them to the 1AC standard because it's the only thing the 1 year has to respond to. Anything else makes it a moving target because they just change it to an R to completely fall off their offense, which makes it into a winning issue for them now on the next series show. First process checks and asking for specific offense apply the context of a rule values or reason that they can't do this in this round. Second, that practice you ask the app, you ask for some clarification as well. It's not an excuse you didn't get here in time. You have Facebook, I can go anywhere. It's literally how media works. Also, all their offenses don't even need the intern doesn't solve because the standard tests are qualitative in context and cards and always be rearticulated, which means there's no reason why they're going to need the interpretation to be able to resolve the offense now. On the idea of no right line intervention on reasonability there. Our arguments will answer this to be able to specific right line and the reason why you can't involve judge your reasonability right line. So if I ever read the text of the roll out, which is spoken for the right line, you cannot like the theory shell. It's all they're basing and read on when you scan the evidence to make qualitative claims are just way. They haven't tons of time in 2 hours as to what I can see and the 2 hours because they have time. Balancing limits are good. There's no reason this act interface the entirety different. We will agree that some limits are useful and necessary. That's why if our argument is that we should strive towards less limits, not that limits are completely impossible.
Can you do what you did in the doc?
Yeah. Are you gonna stop forever?
Yeah.
I'll send it out. One second. I read like almost everything. I think I may skip like one or two words in the like extensions to like extend them.
Yeah, but I like the dissent.
Yeah. I'd definitely take those out. Just want it to be like clear.
Yeah. If you like paraphrase, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want the.
Yeah. Give it some.
Okay.
Just let me know when you get it.
Got it. What was the argument about imposition of rules that you made on case?
Oh yes, the argument was that you say that theory is the best like educational method because it allows us to create our own rules, but at the same time you impose a particular rule on us, which means that it may be true for you, but it's turned by the things that's not true for us.
Okay. Okay, cool. The order is going to be like a pretty long overview on the theory versus K debate. And then that'll also answer his weight case arguments that he had in the 1 ER.
So should I slow that word with the app overview kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so. And then after that, this is going to be count the shell proper and the row about spec shell proper and then the counter.
Okay.
You ready? Right. There are a lot of conceded analytic arguments that are going to make it very easy to vote negative. A couple of them, first is that they concede the argument they cannot use substance together because if we cannot engage with the warrants, the substance if we're not able to if we're not able to engage with them, which means that any of these in the show means this claim gets access to I get access to them, which means that none of the substance takeouts to difference of the role of extension or any of the extension of the Victoria gets to take out theory. This is a conceded argument last week that wasn't handled, which means that theory is a much higher layer. And all I have to do is answer the weight case argument. Second, that they concede multiple arguments, the fairness, the gateway issue that we'll get on the voter show, but also because the the judge to arbitrate and not educated, that was clear articulation that the judge has no obligation to vote on any educational arguments only as to determine who the which means that those internal warrants can be another reason why you do not order his rule of extension or any of the rule of arguments as per to education. Now resolving the education arguments that I read education, but there's no internal there's never education voter read in the entirety of it. Only fairness, even if education was voted, the fairness was clearly articulated coming before education, internal which means fairness definitely is a prior sequencing issue of the education. Right now, the authority said that rules are read in you do not use the imposition of rules, but in all the theory is not imposition of rules. We're having a debate which arguing about which rule is better. It's no different kind of rule about it, but we're arguing for a better rule about which means that it's just a discussion about whether who has better rule. It's not imposition. Imposition of the rule would be if I came into it and then you had to adhere to this. The fact that you can test this means it's an open sphere, which means we still access all the breaking of the linear education model because we still allow the students to govern the educational field for themselves, which means we access all the benefits of the education in the first place. We saw all this. You also can see that you can see the authority rules that it's a partial level, so they haven't given any response. We just said that yes, some rules are good, but that makes the question which rules are good. If we went often on our shell, that means that we had a better interpretation for debate, which means our rule is. But you also consider things like speech times and stuff like that, and written advocacy, which means that you adhere to certain rules of debate, which means that the rules are good. And there's no such thing as a bad rule unless we debate the specifics of it, which means all these rules are principle. The theory shall come first. So we're developing that all the way case arguments specifically the structure arguments for rule is one. T doesn't first restart. You can just I just have to win your prior which was that the entire affirmative is built. We also can make a 1 year thing, which solves also that is arguments with 1 year times. It doesn't exist because 1 year judge that debate. We have 1 year extension, which solves the times. We also just get faster. We each have 13 minutes, which we usually know how to evaluate trivial. See 13 minutes before the run. You have infinite run time, which means you can get really fast extension. You probably should have known how to execute like T arguments and stuff like that. Now on the other hand, it's also negative because unique ability to reach conditional opposites. I don't need any of those things that you grant access to overcompensation on this. Now the depth argument is just education, which doesn't matter. It doesn't really come for fairness arguments, but also it doesn't matter because we're still allowing you to have a T versus database, which is how whether the T comes before the K, that still has to have the implication, which we should know the way, but you can have a same depth and how deciding which one comes first, which that's so this depth is very superficial because it's the same debate we have every single time, which means probably get access to this data when we debated Scarsdale a long time ago. Now let's go on the shell proper. Pretty much all the options of the shell is conceded, which means that we have a clear central consent. First, is extend the engagement argument. I didn't know the act operated. This was conceded last week. I didn't know how the act operated or how to arguments over what a proper neg act was, which means that any of my plans to resolve for this specific at least more clear. There's a little more clarification that articulated how to properly engage with the affirmative. Now this was answered, which means that we have a clear engagement center which controls the internal as well as controls their education. So if you not access the education, then this has no unique benefit than him writing the case before and you're posting it online, which means that we control the accessibility of education. The only real educational benefits between none of his role values actually access education. The damning argument is the resolvability argument. You draw say the run is irresolvable. I don't have to engage with them, which is a resolvability of the prior issue to even for the theory before case, but also the first issue that you're doing, which is you voted the resolvability. Also you drop the link chart to the role that says that your arguments are premised on having that engagement, which means that even if he was arguments that the act comes first, we still want to link chart to that through our theory issue, which means that we are working on that issue. Not only extended strategy office, so it's fairness office, if you need to vote it out, the framing session. You consider the theoretical version of the act arguments, the framing, then we're just roll about with specification, which means you can't use any of your arguments to take out the theory shell, which means we'll access all your education, access all your benefits. We just say that you can specify these certain things, and that allows you to access it, which means that we are copying all their offense and all their offense to the method space, as well as any of the reasons why any of the reasons that you say take out or just take out our arguments are just qualified by the interpretation. They drop fairness as a gateway issue. They drop abuse, disrespect, ability, engagement, the role about. There's way too many complete arguments that say fairness first. So now let's go to the counter term because it's not going to. Actually, let's deal with the reasonability stuff here. He says that there's he extends his violence this really arbitrary debate which proves the abuse. For example, having a roll of the ballot, a written text with a roll ballot, and disclosing the wiki is not good because if you have a roll about like who is the most better racist, and that is obviously not a good theory show. Or you can have a roll about says that the roll about is to vote for the affirmative every single time. That's obviously not a fair roll about because that reasonability brother is extremely vague. And arbitrary also you have a completely different different topic and we're gonna apply to this. That obviously we have reasonability study. It is a brother, but even if he dropped the point and that's in my judgment intervention because they have thresholds or reasonableness different, which means that's also the judgment intervention comes before any of it. His reasonability comes because reasonability comes because it shows that zero biases are the only uncontrollable thing, whereas everything else is controllable. A couple of others by reasonability to filters, increase of racism on which people are as unreasonable as possible, which means it doesn't solve as abuse of muscle, which increases the total abuse. Also, PD said norms is better for norms because it allows the best information, which means the certain rules are good for doing. You should vote on that, and also the inter. This interpretation was horrible under communication, not even competitive. You can still defend a resistant limitations. The call for the kind of interpretation check is not competitive whatsoever. This offense is all the unique. These are the acts say the statesman, you can still read topic checkers. That's not what the shell does. This is not T. It was something you can specify, which means they still have to be able to engage in, know how to articulate. He said that the only response to the AKK cast is that I would have to direct and six, but see, it shows stable text is always better, which means it's also everything, which is the risk of offense. Also, this is confusing. I have to waste my time. Is they're actually developing offense and the pre-run preface and so on because I'm not able to actually understand it.
Right.
Yes. Did you? Oh, G. You said G. Oh.
We're going to go case, the theory shell proper, and then like the way case and case add stuff. Do you have any objection to just flowing straight down?
That's what I'm doing.
Great. That's probably how this would work best.
So it's a case, and then
And then my overview.
so the theory shows that the integer.
But easier to hear. Alright, anybody not ready?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Hold on, it'll just be in the group chat. I'm good to go.
Okay. At the top of it, St. John's was right, but they're both about both of that's possibly being something that helps you produce some different actionable techniques. It's not something that can be imposed from a top-down strategy, because you should be looking for a technique that is able to actually produce new forms of living or techniques. Only we have an interlink that we need to win the case. A single risk of often should be sufficient motor for to embrace the radical openness of radio stations. They allow some activities to be expressed without any bounds. Their government acceptance conceded in the to an RA that allows a breakdown of semiotic force to make violence possible through structured arbitrary representations of neville such as gender and racialization. That's our literary evidence. Back here. Your only answer to question checks is that stable text flow is better. We don't have an internal link to our text not being stable. We have a stable applicant text in the sense that it's literally written down, which means you don't have a reason why this would, and you don't have no reason why this would simply take out cross-sex checks solved. He only answers the disclosure points of our arguments. Cross-sex checks because they can ask if the specific offense applies to the context of our role about, which is interpretable because the show. They also see that all of their offense is non-unique. Their interp doesn't solve it because standard text, the qualitative context of cards, and the way the framework to make works can always be re-articulated, which means there's no reason that the interp actually resolves any of his offense. He says the rounds are resolvable. That is dependent on him winning an internal link to engagement, which he's not winning. Furthermore, he says you can reach your after the specification. You can see that it doesn't solve because that specification interp that you have doesn't make any sense. The second